Okay, Unit 9, test correction. Sorry, it's taking a while. Number 1, the volume of a cylinder. Hold on, let me get my... Okay. The volume of a cylinder is 65 cubic centimeters. Which equation can be used to find H, the height of the cylinder? So on our formula chart, when we look at volume of a cylinder, the formula is volume equals area of the base times height. So it's not asking us what the volume is, or it's not asking us to solve it. It's just wanting us to see how could we solve it for the height. So if we know the volume, they're saying find the height. So we're assuming we know the base, area of the base, so we're looking for the height. So if we knew this, since this is being multiplied, we would just do the opposite and divide to find the height. So that would have to be B. Number 2, a cylinder has a diameter of 14, so a radius of 7, and a height of h, which equation could be used to find the volume of the cylinder. So same formula, area of the base times height, but we need to know that we're really using this one. Since it's a cylinder, our base is a circle, so area of the base would be pi r squared. So pi times 7 squared times height. Okay, so looking at my answer choices, I see 7, but it's 7 squared, which is actually 49. So that should be H. Number 3, beads are sold in a cylindrical container. There's that word again, cylinder, with a diameter of 13 centimeters. So remember, they give us the diameter. We want to immediately change it to the radius. So 13 divided by 2, 6.5. And a height of 4 centimeters. How many cubic centimeters of beads does this container hold? So we're actually solving for it. Remember, this is the formula they give you on the chart. But we want to use pi r squared times height. Now, if you look at all of your answer choices, they all have this tiny little pi symbol next to it. So it's saying 676 times pi is your answer choice. So since they are all including it like that, let's just solve this portion and leave the pi out of it, since that's included in those answer choices. So 6.5 squared times 4. So 6.5 squared times 4 is 169. So 169 times pi, so that would be B. Number 4, Maya has an exercise ball in the shape of a sphere. Shown below, she wants to increase the weight of the ball by filling it with water. Which value is closest to the amount of water in cubic inches that Maya's exercise ball will hold if it's completely full? So they gave me sphere, they gave me this word cubic inches. These are all 3, so that tells me it's volume. And volume of a sphere formula is that weird one, 4/3 pi r cubed. Okay, so they gave me the diameter, which was 12. I want to turn that into 6. So 4/3 pi... My pen stopped working. Times 6 cubed. So I'm going to plug that in the calculator just like I see it. Alpha y equals 4/3 times pi times 6 to the 3rd power. So caret top 3. And I get 904.77. So that's the closest. Number 5, a silo shaped as a cylinder with a diameter of 4.5, so cut that in half, 2.25 for radius, and a height of 9.6 meters is used to store grain. How much grain in cubic meters is stored if the silo is 3/4 full? Okay, so this is all volume. I've got my little 3's. So the volume of a cylinder, pi r squared times height, so pi times 2.25 squared times 9.6. So I'm going to plug all that in the calculator, just like that. And I get 152.68. Here's the catch. It said if it's 3/4 full. Is that completely full? No. So that would be completely full. So I got to get rid of that. Okay. Now I'm going to multiply times 3/4. So times alpha y equals 3/4, and I get 114. Number 6, a cylindrical, there we go again, cylinder, has a radius of 14.5 feet, so they already gave us the radius, and it's filled with approximately 4,950 cubic, so that means volume, feet of water. Which value is the best estimate of the depth? That's the same thing as the height of the water tank. Round your answer to the nearest tenth of a foot. Okay, so volume equals, again, pi r squared times height. And let's see, so we already know the volume, that's 4,950. We know pi. We know radius was 14.5, and we're just looking for the height, or how deep it is. So just like a one-step equation, I'm going to multiply what I can over here. So pi times 14.5 squared, and that's 660.5 times h equals 4,950. So my last step, if this is multiplication and I'm looking for this height, I have to do the opposite, which would be to divide. So one-step equation. So 4,950 divided by 660.5, and it's 7.49, so 7.5. Number 7, Jacob is preparing pancake batter. He's using a large bowl shaped like a half sphere, okay? Half sphere is important. With a diameter of 12 inches, so a radius of 6. What's the approximate volume of the bowl if it's completely full? So we have volume, we have sphere. That tells us what formula we need to use. So I'm going to go ahead and solve like I would normally solve this. 6. So alpha y equals 4 over 3 times pi times 6 cubed. Okay, and I get 904.78. But it's a half sphere. This would be an entire sphere. Well, spheres, that's not what a bowl is. A bowl is half of that. So divide that number by 2, and it should be 452.39. Next page, number 8. Isabel is designing a new fish tank that is shaped like a triangular prism, okay, with lateral faces made of glass. The bases of the prism are right triangles. Isabel's new fish tank will look like the diagram below. It's the lateral surface area. So come to your formula chart, under surface area, under lateral, and under prism, your formula is pH, okay, where P is the perimeter of the base. So my base is the triangle, so that means I add all of those 3 sides up and multiply it by the height of the whole prism. So I've got 6 plus 8 plus 10 is 24. 24 times 8 is 192. Number 9, a hollow cylinder is made completely of plastic material. Cylinder. Has a radius of 2.5 inches and a height of 6.8 inches and does not have a top or a bottom. So that means we're talking about lateral. What's the amount of plastic used to make one of the cylinders? So all these little squares tell us surface area. So I'm going to come under lateral surface area of a cylinder. And that formula is 2 pi r h. So 2 times pi times radius times the height. Plug it all in. So 2 times pi times 2.5 times 6.8 is 106.81.